What's going on, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers? It's your only friend, these YouTube streets. Puerto Rock 77 coming back at you live from sunny California. Yay. Yeah, I've been out here. I'm clearly in the hotel right now, but I finally got my apartment, so things are setting up fine, little by little. Things are getting going fine. I'm going to get Spectrum internet, so we'll see how that turns out as things go. And my furniture should be the first part of my furniture move should be coming in Thursday, and that's the important one because that's where my TVs, my router, and all that other stuff is in there. But everything's settled, so hopefully by next week I should be back and running, doing some podcasts, getting on behind the mic, and getting kicking and stuff like that. Really enjoying California, really feeling the vibe. It's a very chill vibe out here. Love the scenery. Just so much stuff on the West Coast. It's just a damn shame we're still going through this COVID stuff. But it's more important for us to take care of ourselves. But hopefully, eventually, when we progressively, slowly, and carefully get over this, I'm going to enjoy the shit out of California. Oh my God, I cannot wait to enjoy this place. But let me get to the point of why I'm here. So, Insomniac officially announces that Miles Morales, Spider-Man PS5, will have a 60 frame option. A little bit of confusion on why people are asking in terms of, is it still 4K? Is it like 4K 60 but like at a lower settings, ray tracing off? Or is it, or is it 1440p and stuff? There's still some clarification on how PlayStation 5 is going to handle being able to push 60 frames to its games and stuff. But I think this is the official first party announcement that their first party game will be playable in 60 frames. I guess a lot of gamers will want more details to that, especially the ones who are into tech and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, overall, it's a good option just for anybody, all right? You'll get your 30 frame option, probably with higher graphics fidelity, and then you get 60 frame option and stuff like that. But then there's future technologies, not in particular to PlayStation 5, but like technologies out there like DLSS 2.0 and Fidelity X that uses reconstructive techniques to do reconstructive 4K. But apparently many games, the image and graphic fidelity looks better than native 4K. And if you read up on those articles, look up DLSS 2.0 and Fidelity X. In fact, Fidelity X is I think being used on the PC version of oh my God, the Kojima game. Holy cow. It's like Death Stranding. There you go. And supposedly the images look better than native 4K and stuff. And I think that's the way ahead when it comes to that. I think native 4K is going to be an outdated and antiquated conversation, especially with the progressions of technology, just like DLSS 2.0 and Fidelity X, and who knows what other technology comes in. Who knows what Sony is trying to use with the PlayStation brand, But if you could get reconstruction 4K and the images actually look better than native 4K without the tax of running 4K, that's the way ahead. Because at the end of the day, if it looks better, it looks better. And then that's it, right? And if you get performance gains out of using this technology, then that's good for the developers and it's good for games and stuff. But right now, Spider-Man playing native 60 frames for those that want that option to play at 60 frames. It's going to be probably a great look for those that want it. I'm going to try out both settings. Most likely, I'll play for 60 frames because I'll choose the frames over the graphical fidelity, personally. But if the option wasn't there, I still would have played the game at 30 frames because at the end of the day, I just play games. I'm not going to not play a game because it's not at 60 frames unless it's unplayable. If a game is unplayable, and I'm not talking about, fucking PC Master Race, whatever unplayable. I'm talking about there are games that you just literally cannot play. For example, Madden 2007 on the PlayStation 3, the first one. The first Madden that was released for PlayStation 3 was locked at 30. Oh, my God. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. There's just no way you can play that game at 30 frames. It's just not possible. It was terrible, So things like that. Unplayable mess. Some games you just have to. Fighters, you need to have 30 frames per second. Sports games, you need 30 frames per second. A lot of the quick type action games, like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, you need 60 frames. Those type of games, you need 60 frames. If you don't have 60 frames, they're going to be a pretty terrible experience, So there's certain genres that definitely mandatory. You got to have 60 frames. But on that, I think it's a great day. It might be a sign of more things to come. the main lesson here is, let the developers, let the games do the talking. Let the developers tell you what the games are performing. Too many people are running with, he says, she says, oh, I know a guy, I know a person, or I know a guy that works in the back of Odd Lot, and they told me his cousin is janitor in Sony headquarters and the game's going to be 30 frames. Like, let's just stop. Let the games do the talking. Let the developers do the talking. Because at the end of the day, all this nonsense with spec talk and assumptions, that's all it's going to be. At the end of the day, the games are going to tell the tale, right? At the end of the day. Then there's nothing you could do about that. You know what I'm saying? Let the developers come out. The developers will tell you how the games are going to come out, if you're console. Now, if you don't want that, if you're the type of gamer that thinks it's BS, yada, 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 stop wasting your time complaining on Twitter all day, all right? You want to be about the performance. You want guaranteed performance. You want guaranteed graphics and guaranteed framings that you want. There's a platform, PC. PC gamers don't spend all day crying if a game runs at 60 or if a game's going to run at 30. They don't have those conversations on Twitter. They don't be tagging devs on stuff like that, right? Because PC gamers control how they want to play the games, at what resolution, at what frame rates, at what graphical fidelities. They do it themselves, so they don't waste their time on that conversation. At best, you see PC gamers asking developers if a game's going to come to PC, especially if it's like a first-party exclusive from a particular platform. That's really all they do. Is this game coming to PC? Other than that, they don't really care, to have a conversation with devs or publishers about the performance, because they control that. It's a console issue. Console gamers have that issue, and I don't waste my time speaking all day, crying all day about performance. If performance is my number one priority and that's the most energy I'm gonna put into it, then I don't see why you wouldn't go PC. But anyway, that's a different conversation for a different day. Just to let you know how soon I'll be back consistently on the channel, provide consistent content, and slapping up all the people that's just talking a lot of bull crap. Yo, it's insane. But anyway, this is your boy Puerto Rock 77. Thank you for rocking on and being patient. All right. But anyway, enjoying California. Yay. Yeah. All right. Peace. Oh, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. All right. Hit the like button and pay attention. Stay tuned for more content. This is your boy Puerto Rock 77. Your only friend in these YouTube streets. Peace.